Hi Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your May 16th, 2022 full moon, lunar eclipse, full blood moon reading for you, super blood moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Taurus. This full moon is going to be quite powerful because we are already in Taurus season. So the sun's energy is in Taurus, and because we have a full moon eclipse, we have this full moon and this lunar eclipse bringing the earth directly between the sun and the moon. And in this brief moment of alignment, the sun's radiance, which is in Taurus energy, symbolizes the ego and all that is, immediately visible in our waking world. And this courses not only through the earth, but also through the moon, which is the domain of the internal and also the invisible. So our moon sign, remember our moon sign is our inner selves, the way we see ourselves. Our sun sign is the way people see us. It's a very, kind of simplified way of defining it. So those two visions of ourselves are coming forward during this time, and they are colliding with each other because our moon carries our history. The moon carries our history. And at this time, it is exposed by the sun. Our history is exposed by the sun's light, and it reveals sudden and profound truth that we have had buried for some time, or that we needed to see, but maybe not as in your face as it is right now. So also being mindful, this full moon is in Scorpio. Our sister sign is Scorpio. So the energy that is our best friend and our greatest confidant, but also can be our worst energy and our worst enemy. And the biggest pain in the tush is Scorpio energy for us. So this can either absolutely bless us or absolutely irritate us, as sisters do, which of course, if you have a sister. So let's look at the energy we have to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the Six of Cups. We're going to be astoundingly nostalgic, which makes sense. We dive deep into our feelings during this time, and we need meaningful exchanges. And if we're not getting meaningful exchanges right in the here and in the now, we can go back into our memory for them. Shallow relationships, they have no place here. Okay? So we want things deep, we want things meaningful, and we are ready for a change to come into our lives. But we have to be mindful of the past overshadowing and and guiding us, okay, in a way that we don't want to be walking in, because it's going to feel nostalgic or it's going to feel familiar. And so we can wind up making mistakes that we have made in the past or repeating ourselves in ways that we don't want to. So just be mindful of this during this present. It moves us to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Rebirth. This is the Earth Star Chakra located 6 inches below our feet. This is going to be a time emotionally, okay, energy wise, where we feel reborn. We feel empowered. We feel like, oh, okay, I can do this, because we feel a profound change around us. We're ready for change. We know that change is coming. We don't want to be eaten up by this change, though. So we have to be very mindful of this as we're moving forward. Slow and steady during this time is going to be a very good thing for us. So let's see what the moon has to say. We're going to do a Celtic cross with the moon cards. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Ooh, goodness. Okay. And spirit guides. This one right here. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to just turn everything over all at once. Okay. So our first card right here is where we are right now. And it says, be bold and make the first move. That's our energy. Our energy is, I'm going to make things happen. And that's just coming across loud and clear. So we have to be very aware of the fact that we're ready for change. We're ready for things to move forward. And our energy is, I'm going to make it happen. Period. End of discussion. Now, our challenge is pleasure. We're very determined, but we might not be feeling the joy. And Taurus, we need to feel the joy. If we don't feel the joy, it's as if a part of us is just on autopilot. It's overwhelming and it's chaotic and it's a sense of there is no pleasure to life. It's like, I keep on getting tasting ashes. So it can be, now for some of us, maybe we have a cold or we're sick and food doesn't have a taste. It tastes like ashes. So that could be it that's coming forward. So be aware of that. But there's also the sense of what once has given me pleasure isn't. I need to reclaim my pleasure within my life, my joy, my connection, and what I desire. And so this would be a time, Taurus, where Spirit is really saying, visualize what makes you happy. And I know that visualization gets such a bad rap because it's kind of like if you just imagine it, then all of a sudden it will happen and life will be beautiful. And that's not how it works. But to imagine without doubt at all, that's I don't know if you can see this, but that's a tattoo I have on the bottom of my wrist, Synapsis alba. And it's mustard seed. It's a botanical name for mustard seed. And in the Bible, it's, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, the kingdom of heaven is yours. And what Spirit is showing me right now is that if you can imagine fully and purely, without doubt, as small as that mustard seed, as small as a period on the paper, right? Then you can have what you greatly desire. But having that much faith, that is tremendously hard. So our greatest challenge during this time is to fully embrace what we dream of, what we love, what we want, and to bring back the pleasure into our lives. And it seems so easy, and it seems like, oh, I can have pleasure. I can make this happen. It's going to be more difficult than we realize. And we step into what we're focusing on. Take time to breathe out. And that's going to be it. We're focusing on time. And that's why Spirit kept on having me repeat time. We're seeing time move. We're seeing time, time change. And we're not focusing on just simply being in the moment, taking time to breathe out. That's what we need to focus on. what we need to focus on is just being here and now in our body, in our skin, in ourselves. It moves us then to our past, which is protection. Our past was hard. We need to be protected from it. We need to know that we are protected right now by the power of this moon, by the power of ourselves, to know that we are not alone, to know that we are being guided. It moves us then to our strength, which it's time to take action. We're going to be very good at taking action, making things move forward. Here we have be bold and make the first move. That's where we are right now. That's the energy that we want. We want the conqueror, the achiever, the succeeder. Because if we're always moving forward, we don't have to look at who we are or what we want or how we're hurting. And this moon is going to cause us to look at what we don't want to look at, what we want to hide away. And it brings us then to our near future, which is beauty. Beauty within our nature, beauty within ourselves. A Taurus without beauty is a song without a melody. It just doesn't work. They need to go together. We need the beauty. As much as we might think, no, I don't, I can just keep on charging forward. We need the beauty. And that's what's really calling to us now. It brings us then to, it's funny because the ashes are coming back. And the protection, the past coming forward. It's almost like we want to turn back time. Something was burnt to the ground. All we were left with was ashes. What we don't realize is that we're the phoenix rising. The ashes, we need to leave. What we need to know is where we stand for ourselves and like how we're moving forward for us. What we're seeing is not the strength that we're rising in. What we are seeing is the pain of the transformation. And that is very powerful. Even, our chakra energy is all about rebirth. That energy is coming forward so powerfully, so strongly here. It needs to be acknowledged. It moves us then to our way of approaching things. And that's going to be nothing will come of the situation. The void of course. What we think is going to happen, what we think should happen, it's not. So what we're looking at here and in the now is a change. We're going to want to be able to see, to be able to pinpoint, to be able to absolutely understand. And this is going to be a time where there are a heck of a lot more questions than there are answers. Nothing will come of this situation. What we try to plan for, what we try to have pinned down, it's not going to move us forward the way we want it to. And we're not going to be able to fully see, fully understand what's coming. Things are going to have to be left up to fate. And Taurus, we don't like that. So just stepping back and breathing out and saying, I'm in the moment. I'm right here. I'm showing up for me, but I can't control it. That is going to be one of the scariest and one of the most profound things we can do for ourselves. It moves us to what we need to know. And it's trust. Trusting in the moon, trusting in the universe, trusting in ourselves. That's what we need to know. We need to know to trust. And that's what we need now, to have that trust, to have that awareness, to trust ourselves, to know that from this full moon and 2 weeks out, it's about trusting the process. It's about understanding that our feet are going to be guiding us in a way that we hadn't planned. And it's like, wait, where am I headed? Do I trust? Do I trust that the journey is okay? And it brings us to our hopes and our fears. And that's to show the world who you truly are. Show the world the real you. We hope for that. We say, I hope I can do this. But I greatly fear it at the exact same time. What if I embrace my gifts and it all falls apart? What if I embrace my gifts and it all changes? Better what I know than the profound unknown. Our hopes and fears. Our hope is to show the world who we truly are. And our greatest fear is to show the world who we truly are. What if we're rejected? What if it doesn't work out? It wasn't a mask that was rejected, it was us. And that sucks. I mean, excuse my language, but it does. And it brings us then to our potential, to our future. And it's discernment. It's being aware. much more aware than we think we are. We're much more aware. We're much more present. We need to be discerning about the energy that we let in, about the choices that we're making, about the way our mind is working and what we're thinking about. If we quiet ourselves down for just a minute and we kind of take inventory of the chaotic thoughts that are going through our mind, the hurtful, hateful, chaotic thoughts, they've ripped us apart. To be discerning about the thoughts within our own heads, about the way that we want to move forward, about what we are focusing on, we're going to find that that makes us powerful. It also is going to bring us so much more time, so much more energy, so much more clarity. It's a big deal. So let's look at what the tarot has to say. And we're going to do one card from each deck, past, present, and future. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading, this one right here, and show me clearly. Okay. So it's very interesting that we start. Oh, and of course, okay, so these have two, are present. We start off with Pisces. Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Neptune is the ruler of the unseen world, right? Very much connected with our dreams. Pisces is also represented by the moon in the major arcana. So there are our dreams coming forward. And there's a sense of what we want in our waking world and what we want in our subconscious world are at war with each other a bit. They're going in different directions. That's why Pisces kind of has the same energy as Gemini at times. Both go in different directions. Both, Gemini is the twin, Pisces are the two fish swimming in different directions. They're pulled in different ways. This is going to be a time where we're pulled in different ways. And it's like, how do I move forward? What do I dream of? And how do I take what I dream of and equate it to what I want in my world now? And that's why we're going to be very drawn to the past, because the past was thought. The past was theory. And then the present, we're having to live it. We're having to put things together, puzzle pieces together that don't really fit. It's like having an all-white puzzle or an all-black puzzle or whatever color you want, right? It's maddening because you have to go slowly. And that's what Spirit's saying here. Go slowly. See what part of us feels at war, at odds with each other, and slowly move us forward. It moves us to our present, which is the Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant. So the Hierophant represents us in the major arcana. The Nine of Pentacles, prosperity and success. We're being told, be in the moment. Excuse me. Be in the moment right now. Look at the big picture, but be in the present. So don't be so taken by the big picture that you forget everything else. Be in the present right now. Know what you want. Know what you desire. Celebrate you, because nobody else is going to. Celebrate who you are, what you want, where you're headed. There is strength to you. You're not going against the grain, Taurus. Your thing is not to reinvent the wheel. Your thing is to improve the wheel, to make it better. Meaning that a lot of Taurians do not, come up with new, never imagined things. They take what was already existing and they improve it so that it might seem revolutionary. But it's taken off of something very simple, very in the here and very in the now. And it plays well with others. So Taurians play well with others, even when we don't play well with others. Even when we're pushing the boundaries and we're saying, get your act together type of thing. Be very aware of this energy. You need to celebrate your win, but you also need to look at how you're moving forward in progress, in abundance, in prosperity. And note that you're one of a kind. You're one of a kind in the way that you're fitting in, okay? One tooth in a gear, right? When working with a clock, can absolutely break the clock. We are the ones that make sure that all the gears work smoothly together. And that's going to be very important for us. That smoothness, that harmony. It brings us then to the Knight of Pentacles. That's us. during this time, and this is our future, we are slowly and steadily moving towards prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. Our future is not going to be fast. It's not going to be all of a sudden everything just falls into line. This is going to be hard won, deeply fought for, and slowly and painstakingly put together. So if we're looking for quick answers, if we're looking for quick fixes, they're not coming. But what we are going to find is that we are aligning and we are moving in such a way that the doors are opening, that we are opening. And it's like, oh, this is me. And we're seeing ourselves, instead of saying, oh, this is lame, we're seeing ourselves as profoundly intricate, profoundly valuable. It moves us to our subconscious Lunar message, which is hold to your vision and have clear boundaries. Because if you don't hold to your vision and if you don't have boundaries, everything will fall apart. It won't move forward the way that you want it to. It brings us then to the subconscious energy to be mindful of, and it's the Ten of Pentacles. It's trying to fix too much. What Spirit is saying right here, when I turned over this card, it was, you're taking on too many burdens. You're taking on too much. You need to kind of step back just a little bit. And as you step back, you're going to see success that lasts for generations. But if you're too tangled in it right now. And that's what Spirit's saying. You're too tangled in it. And I don't know exactly what that means, but they keep on saying you're too tangled, you're too tangled. It moves us to our chakra energy, which is the inner child, the heart chakra. We need to connect with and embrace our inner child, what we love and what we want, who we are. I love the exercise of simply holding our arms open to the child that we once were and visualizing that child running into our arms and saying, I love you. I will always hear you. I am always here for you. I will always protect you. You are safe and you are loved. It brings us to our subconscious tarot message, which begins with the Two of Cups. Healing, love, connection, unity, moving forward, a sense of blessing. This is the Minor Arcana Lovers card. It moves us then to the Three of Cups. We have the Two of Cups, and then that beautiful progression to the Three. With the Two of Cups, we heal and we unify. With the Three of Cups, we're being asked, whose advice are we taking? Are we taking the advice of people who truly love us, who truly care for us? Or are we taking the advice of people who will never please, or who change like the wind? The Three of Cups is complicated. It is the energy of those who love us and who cherish us, and it's the energy of those who say that they will celebrate us but just can't. Whose words are we listening to in the quiet of our own minds? It brings us then to, once again, the Two of Cups. Healing, beautiful love, connection, peace, beauty. We're coming full circle, and we're finding ourselves. We're also finding our balance. What was once out of balance, Taurus, is now beautifully in balance. All right, Taurus, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and intensity of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus, and may you have a blessed moon.